you doing, guys? Thought I'd start by making another video, and hopefully it goes well. I'm just sort of going spitballing, see how it goes. But I guess today's topic, I would like to talk about my story, a bit of my journey and where I've come from, in the sense of why I decided to even bother making videos, why I actually wanted to express the things I've learned, and I want to share them with you because it makes me feel good. It makes me I enjoy doing what I'm doing when I share myself authentically to you guys. So you know, it kind of gives you the chills when you really talk about something that matters to you. So I want to give that to you, and yeah, let's get started. So I would like to talk about a bit about where I've come from, who I was per se. I had an amazing childhood. My parents loved me so much, and I can't thank them enough for what they've given me already. But I guess for this, I realized once I moved out of home, moved forward with my life, growing up in a different, more of a different environment, apart from my parents' sort of surroundings and what they like and what they grew up with. It sort of changes the direction of who you are and who you want to be and who you actually realize you can be. And I realized I was in such a safe environment that I didn't actually get challenged much as a child, where I would have to go out and do things or put myself in situations where I would have to actually sink or swim in a sense, which then caused me to have a lot of fear and anxiety. So that's kind of what I want to base this video on today, which is the fear and the anxiety that we collect as we sort of experience things in our lives as a child. And that can very relate to my previous video, which was the parental wiring. But I guess I'd like to define it in a sense. It's just like, what is fear and anxiety? Well, for me, it was basically the sensation, the feeling of every time I would come across a problem and a new situation, experience that I've never come across before, which is pretty much everything when you're growing up. You'd have this like, I don't know how to deal with this. What if this goes wrong? And you start creating all these scenarios based off what you think could happen. And then that's very terrifying, because we're very creative beings, and the fact that we can create any experience in our minds that really gets defined in our reality to be that's what could actually happen. And most of the stuff actually never happens, which is fantastic. That would be scary otherwise. So it was that feeling. It was like, I don't know what's coming, which no one does, but I don't know what's coming. I don't know what to do. Fear and anxiety, it's one of the things that holds you back from really becoming who you can be, let's just say. And because I grew up with all this fear and anxiety that I collected for, let's say, wasn't doing so good at school, and then because I wasn't doing good at school, that affected my relationships with other students. I wasn't confident in meeting new people, because I was such sheltered child, which you could put it, and because I had such protection around me, I didn't actually go out there and expand into more of like challenging myself in that aspect. But as I grew, as I found this anxiety that I built within myself, this fear of what could be, which I feel everyone has to a certain degree, and I reckon if you don't have it, you're kind of living the dream, really. You're kind of living to your fullest if you don't have fear and anxiety. So I think it's a really very relevant topic for people to kind of communicate with each other. And the interesting thing about it is it really defines your actions within the moment. Like, you bring your past experiences of, whoops, I didn't get that, I didn't achieve what I wanted to achieve, I didn't win that race, I wasn't good in maths, or I didn't say the right things in the moment, so that person didn't like me as much. And then they had a different opinion about me, which is now defines that I'm not attractive to certain people, or it locks you in this box of rigidness that you can't actually expand from, because every time you try and tackle that issue, you're hitting that box you've put yourself in. And that really has an effect on what you think you can achieve. and it really puts like the blinders on, per se, that you can't actually see the opportunities of where you can go when you're stuck inside your fear of anxiety or your fear of what could happen. And it really limits what you think your potential is. I guess when I define it that way, it helps me realize that once you really analyze where your fears, where your anxieties are, you can actually tackle them head on. Like, go look at them and stand in front of them, but in your safe environment of, I know that's there, I see you, I don't want you here anymore. And you can sort of tackle it from that perspective of looking at yourself, looking at the fear in your safe environment of inside your head. You know, you're not actually going and doing it. You're not. Yep, not yet. But because you can actually analyze where in your past you may be bringing the past into the present moment, which defines your future and where you go. So this is quite a effective tool for, let's just say, unlocking or removing the wiring, the attachments to our past and what's happened to us, how we interact with other people, how, you know, the things in ourselves we don't actually enjoy or like, or, you know, how we benefit from that situation or how we don't benefit. But it depends on how we react to other people around us, and the experience we have will define more in the future, which will make us more rigid in our box of, no, I can't do that, or no, I don't enjoy those things, so I'm never going to do them. But really, lots of people can enjoy a vast range of experiences if they don't lock themselves into, I can't do that, that's not possible for me. You know, when there's so many people doing everything these days, like there's so many entrepreneurs out there which are expanding their horizons with who they are and what they want to achieve, and breaking paradigms, really, which really inspires me. That, you know, these people go out there and they face their fears, they tackle why they can't do things, and they go and actually do them. And I think the biggest way to grow within yourself is tackling your fears. But you really got to know what they are first. You actually got to go inside, find your fear, find your anxiety, find your what's holding you back. Where do you know, to actually analyze yourself, where you want to go. You know, it's that life goal. Where, you know, why can't I achieve my life goal? Why do I feel complacent? Why do I have no energy to do anything more? And then I feel miserable within this space of my life that I can't actually achieve. So the main purpose of this video is actually to show you that your fears and your anxieties block your happiness. They block your ability to go out there and experience that new relationship, go and experience that new life-changing career that you wanted to do. You want to switch into something that really makes you happy. A lot of people get stuck within this box, and they don't realize that they can be so much more happy, and they're happy within themselves to experience more. So this is why I want to express this to you, because this is one of the ways I've experienced this within myself. So I want to give you the tools to be able to find, remove or access or take away the doubt within yourself, the fear, the anxiety within yourself. And that's what I really want to do.